Alright, so felt inspired this morning just to yank out 4 of my best He-Man and the Masters of the Universe customs. All 4 of these were made from bodies of previously existing He-Man figures by Mattel, and I've given them each names and a little bit of mythology for each one of them, so I'll just walk you through it. So starting over here, this is the Santa Claus of Eternia, Santar. S-A-N-T-A-R, Santar. And he needs a touch-up. Recently put a coating on him to make the paint more protected from being handled, and that gave him sort of a whitish gloss look. So I'll touch that up a little bit. I am not by any stretch of the imagination a professional customizer. Oh goodness, don't want to lose that. Okay, that's the Pumm-King. We'll talk about him in just a minute. But, you know, I do my best. These were made several years ago. I've wanted to do more, just finding the time and everything. So they need work, and they leave much to be desired. But they're fun. I gave him a Manny Faces blaster, painted it black. And I wanted to make him a sled chariot out of an attack track with no treads. Like that's his air chariot where he delivers toys to all the Eternian children at Christmas time. And sort of his mythology is, you know, there was the He-Man Christmas special where Orko learned the story of Christmas from the Earth children. So that after that they made Christmas a tradition in Eternia. And Santar was a warrior who emerged from one of the wizard, you know, he's a wizard who loved the story, and he decided he would be Eternia's Santa Claus, and so he uses his magic powers to deliver toys all across Eternia, something like that. I don't know, I haven't fleshed these mythologies out too terribly much, but so anyway, the next guy up is another holiday themed guy, and this is the Pumm-King. Got my idea for him off of He-Man.org. I used to read the He-Man.org forums, and I'd look at the fan creations, and a fan had created something like this. I think it was called the Pumpkin King, or maybe it was called the Pumm-King, I can't remember. So I thought that was cool. Found a pumpkin type. I found this, it was off some Halloween thing, and I just glued it on top of this Masters Universe body. The shorts glow in the dark, the boots glow in the dark, the gauntlets glow in the dark. Did that with glow in the dark paint, so it's pretty cool. The staff glows in the dark because it's a Black Star Gargo staff from Galoob from back in the day. So that's his weapon. But yeah, he's one of the ones that came out better. The paint job's really good. What I did with these was after I painted them, I went over them with a sealer, and so they're actually very playable. They don't chip hardly any. You know, they look really good when you play with them, and they can take a beating like the other He-Man figures and do great. So there's you prime them, you do a white primer over the whole thing, and then you paint them the color you want, and then you seal them, and they can actually end up being really good figures that are handleable and playable and everything. So that's Santar and the Pumm-King for your Christmas and your Halloween fun. And it's almost Halloween, so the Pumm-King will be coming out. Oh, his mythos. You know, he's kind of a plant guy, kind of like Evil Seed. But I think my mythos for him was that he sprung off of Evil Seed somehow, or he was a minion of Evil Seed, but he had ambitions, right? And so he rose up on whatever is Halloween for Eternia, and he tried to take over, kind of like the old Ghostbusters cartoon. He's kind of the Samhain of Eternia, if you will. And he has pumpkin warrior minions that come after him. Of course, he's an enemy of Moss Man. So that's a little bit of the mythos for him, best I could come up with. Got to be fleshed out a little more, though. I'm going to try to move these guys over so you can see them. Alright, very good. This guy right here is it's another Cosmic Enforcer that was a partner with Zodac, one of the many Cosmic Enforcers. The Cosmic Enforcers of the Masters of the Universe storyline are kind of the Green Lanterns. I mean, it was always kind of confusing, and originally from the toys, you didn't really know if Zodac was a good guy or a bad guy. He was a bad guy on the back of the card back when we were kids, and then he showed up in the comics as kind of a neutral guy. And in the cartoon, he was neutral but good. Now in the current cartoons, he's more of like a space cop. So I kind of like that version best. So I pretend the Cosmic Enforcers are space cops, and this is Klixxon, and he's of course a gray matter or a gray-headed alien. And so that was pretty easy to make. I think I got this off of, I don't know if it was a Pez dispenser or whatever it was, but got the head off of him. I think he's pretty cool. Painted the blaster black. That's of course a Zodac blaster, and I already had from the extra weapons set, the black armor and everything. So yeah, Klixxon, cool gray matter alien for the Masters Universe collection. And this guy is Frogor. This is probably my favorite, and that's why I want to perfect it. I want to do another one of these and get the paint to look a little bit better. He's pretty cool. He's a little bit shiny looking. He's made from a tongue lasher, Snake Man figure. That feature sadly no longer works. But you don't really need, well, it would be good for it to work for a frog guy, right? That'd be the perfect power. So when I redo it, I think something got gummed up in the works with his paint wheel. When I redo it, I want to do it so that the tongue lash feature still works. Yeah, he's got orange gloves, orange trunks, black belt, and then he's basically modeled after a basic green tree frog. He's got the red eyes there with the slits. I think I did okay on those. And he's a heroic warrior. He lives in the swamps of Eternia. Sometimes he goes head to head with Bog-Nar, who I just did a video of. But yeah, he's there in the Eternian rainforest. He's there in the Eternian swamplands to help He-Man out whenever they need help in those regions. And I just think he's cool. I'm a big fan of the Cyber Frog by Ethan Van Sciver, so I thought this was a nice homage to that as well. So Frogor is the guy here. So we've got the Pumm-King, Santar, Klixxon, the Cosmic Enforcer, and Frogor. Let me know what you think of my customs, guys. Thanks for tuning in.